So for a few years now, QTCinderella created this event, the Streamer Awards, and they run it in LA. They have like a whole pre-show red carpet event and stuff. It's just more of this LA streamer clique trying to be Hollywood Celebrities 2.0 in my opinion. Although thankfully, celebrity worship culture has been dying. Most people don't want to be a part of that, but these influencers in the LA streamer clique certainly do their best to try and propagate it. They really want to be like Hollywood Celebrities 2.0. But this event is now getting a lot of criticism from people who are saying that they didn't nominate any streamer who could be even slightly controversial. And controversial in this context largely means doesn't share the same views that the LA streamer clique people share. We're talking about people like QTCinderella and Valkyrae. And so to me, I view this less as the Streamer Awards and more so, in my opinion, as the Nepotism Awards. I think that would be a more accurate title for it, the Nepotism Awards. One caveat is that they didn't nominate Hasan Piker either. But a few years ago in 2022, he was actually one of their hosts for the Streamer Awards. So, Hasan fits right in with the LA streamer clique, with the Valkyraes, the Vanilla Maces, all those people. But they probably didn't nominate him for anything because they viewed him as like bad PR. And this is not me using that term PR like on my own. This is something that these sort of people have said themselves. For example, recently Valkyrae had a viral clip where she was talking about getting rid of her Balenciaga clothes. Not because she didn't want to support a PDF file Chomo company, but because she simply saw it as like potentially bad PR for her to wear those clothes. So this LA streamer clique constantly views things from the lens of like, what's good PR or bad PR? It's very fake, very corporate stuff. And it's even more interesting because apparently in 2024, they were finally about to turn a profit, but a major sponsor then pulled out of the event, saying that one of the nominees was too much of a risk. And speculation indicates that that person who was too much of a risk for that brand was Hasan, who at the time was even receiving like a 70% fan vote. So it seems like losing that sponsor was very significant for the Streamer Awards and brought them back into the negatives, and they don't want to repeat that again. Despite how the LA streamer clique would clearly love to prop Hasan up in an event like this, they ran so much damage control for him during the whole Kaya thing where he was getting called out for the animal abuse. But of course, the damage control from people like Valkyrae, Vanilla Mace, Caitlyn Kwan, Taylor Lorenz, Sasha Grey, all those people, well, the damage control obviously failed, and Hasan's reputation is still heavily tarnished, to say the least. And so if he was already a brand risk before, he certainly is even more now. And so that's probably why Hasan was not nominated for anything in this event, which also directly contradicts Qt's statement that we'll get to in a second. Now, as a quick side note, when I'm criticizing this event, just understand that I'm not criticizing like every streamer that was nominated and or maybe even happened to win one of the categories or whatever. I'm obviously criticizing the people running the event specifically. The final caveat, when I say Nepotism Awards, I don't mean the entire event was all nepotism, but I do think they tried to get away with as much nepotism as they possibly could, and I do think that they curated this event as much as they possibly could as well, despite how they're trying to say otherwise. Alright, with that context, that takes us over to Techie, who says, the fact that Asmongold didn't get nominated for a single award, and QT admitting that she does not invite creators that she deems problematic, completely solidifies the fact that the award show is financially compromised, and it truly is the LA Friends award show. Yeah, like I said, after the 2024 disaster that resulted in them still going to negative, it seems like they'll do whatever they can to try and make this event profitable, and that it is likely to be financially compromised. And of course, you know what I think about the whole nepotism part already too. Now, I haven't been able to find the clip that Techie mentioned, but there is this clip of QTCinderella that's been going viral, captioned QTCinderella on why problematic streamers weren't nominated.
Somebody said, are problematic people blackballed from getting nominated? No, they've just never nominated. Turns out their audience doesn't show up. I think when people have like a crazy audience or whatever, I don't see Jack Doherty's audience voting for him. I just don't. They just don't show up. I don't know. I wish I could. It is always funny. Audiences will complain every year that they weren't nominated and then like not do nominations on stream or not tweet about it or not like ask their audience to vote for them or nothing. They'll give nothing. They give nothing, It's like you do have to log in with a Twitch account and you have to fill it out, which I know some people's viewers don't have I won't say the quiet part out loud.
I don't know what the whole quiet part out loud was about. Like, it almost came off like she was shaming people for not having Twitch accounts, but I don't think that was it. I'm assuming maybe this was related to how a lot of Twitch streamers got caught using bots recently or something. But yeah, I really don't know what that last part was about. Let me know what you think. And to be fair, her explanation is actually somewhat reasonable. For example, take Asmongold, who was not nominated for anything. But a lot of Asmon's viewers probably don't like the streamer awards and don't like the LA streamer clique that's running the event either, in which they don't want to participate in any way, shape, or form, right? So like, I can actually believe that on some level. But it's very funny how I think the best evidence we have towards this event being more curated than QTCinderella is saying here is actually Hasan. Going back to that once again, he was a co-host years ago, and in 2024 he was winning a nomination with like a 70% vote or so. But this year he's not nominated for anything. He's not brought back as a host. You really expect me to believe that's because Hasan's viewers didn't vote for him when there's a major crossover between the LA streamer clique and Hasan's viewers? A lot of them share viewers. That seems just insanely unlikely. So ultimately, while I said that I do think part of Cutie's explanation does actually make sense, I don't believe her when she's saying that, oh yeah, this is all just up to the fans to vote. Like, no, I do think that they're in more control of this than they're saying, which, I mean, I guess is not surprising because I've kind of made that point already throughout this video. And oh no, what's this? Hasan reacts to not being nominated at the Streamer Awards, points to AT&T blacklisting him over XQC. Well, this would pretty much confirm my speculation. Let's play this clip.
No Streamer Awards noms, Sag. The more like mainstream recognition I receive as a political commentator, the more angry and resentful other political commentary adjacent people get, and the more they fucking do smear campaigns.
Only a complete egomaniac could be like, nah, I'm not getting more criticism because I hurt my dog and abused my dog. No, it's because I'm just so successful. That's the only reason why. I'm just so great. And of course, it's not a smear campaign to be like, yo, this dude should treat his dog better. Like, bro won't even let his dog get up the stretcher, get water. That's crazy. Or more recently with the whole like ACAB thing where he'll say ACAB, but then he'll turn around and literally glaze the cops if it's in China. And back to the clip, just know the full clip is like 3 minutes long, but I'm trying to cut it up and only show you the parts where he's actually making a cohesive point, because the full 3-minute clip includes a lot of dead air and a lot of going in circles. Just pay attention in this next part to how he talks about XQC and AT&T, because it seems like now he's implying that indeed in 2024 a major brand pulled out. That brand was apparently AT&T. And yes, it sounds like this was apparently because they didn't like Hasan being a part of the Streamer Awards, and that they essentially saw Hasan as a liability. This basically, in other words, confirms the speculation that we made throughout the video.
No one got nominated who does political content, so it is what it is. Yeah, except XQC, who literally live streamed with the president, with the current president. But I guess he's not considered a political streamer because he's XQC. And Aiden Ross on Kick. But I don't think AT&T has an issue with XQC in the same way that they have an issue with me. You didn't have a whole live stream with Trump like Aiden Ross did. Maybe top influencers in the Rep Beyond Vote. And Aiden Ross has so many streams with Nick Fuentes, who's an actual Nazi and anti-America. Yeah, I mean, XQC. XQC literally streamed with Donald Trump. And I don't think AT&T has any problems with XQC.
So there you have it, folks. And we've also got another QTCinderella clip where she's actually crying because of the criticism that she's been getting about this event. And it's like, dude, you didn't have to put on this event and sell out to corporations and all that. Like, you literally didn't have to do any of this. But again, these people really want to try and be Hollywood 2.0.
I'm just so tired. My whole team of clippers who had 24 hours to grab the clips did not know. Like, oh my God, I'm not getting fucking hate threads on fucking Jason's community posts. That's like his Twitter com shitting on me. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm so tired. I just want to play Dispatch so bad, and I haven't had any time because I'm working on this stupid fucking award show. I'm just so tired.
And lastly, we'll take a look at a statement from Asmongold about the Streamer Awards, the Nepotism Awards. This was in response to a chatter who asked, like, hey, Asmongold, why are you not nominated for anything on this event?
So yeah, those are who I would vote for. That's what I would vote for right there. Where's my boy then? No, Asma? Well, I mean, I think that they don't want to put me and Hasan on there because we're really polarizing. People get mad about it. And so that's really the reason why. I mean, it really makes sense if you think about it, right? And so why can't we vote? I don't know. You can. You just go to the website and that's it. So, we're polarizing obnoxious assholes that people would just complain about. And also, they probably, the partners of the award show probably, like, because they try to, QTCinderella, they try to do all of these, like, brand friendly partners and all of these people. Like, whenever I do an event, you know who my partners are going to be? Big tobacco, big alcohol, gambling, and cryptocurrency. That's right. Big surprise, because we can say whatever the fuck we want. If we want to give an award to the most racist stream and the final contestants are between Paul Miller and Cuffham, they're not going to give a fuck. And you know what? That's what I care about. That's it. Yeah, don't forget the cartels. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're sponsored by the cartel this year. Absolutely. And fuck yeah. Yeah, I don't give a shit, guys. I don't give a shit. That's how it's going to be. LGBT, liberty, guns, beer, and tits. Yep, there it is. Right, guys?
So yeah, that's the Nepotism Awards. Once again, I don't know why they're even trying to lie about this, being like, oh no, it's just fully up to the fans to vote. We aren't curating this at all. Like, yeah, right. Anyways, let me know what you think about this event, and thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful Monday, a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.